What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, that guy, my high, tuning back in front of the reaction. And this time we got another one of them active police cams. This one's called Serial Police Impersonator Approaches Cops and Gets Arrested in Miami. Bro, just go to the academy. Just go try to be a legitimate cop. I mean, maybe you did and you failed, but just keep trying. You know what I'm saying? Keep trying. They'll let you. Eventually, you'll get it. Anyways, before we jump into that, we got to go ahead and give a big shout out to all the members. We got Gary Willis, My Hood Life, Nugget, Liz, Amy Jane Doe, Lynn, Driver Thoughts, Lynn Willow, Misty Summers, Mama Dukes, Aaron, Nicole, Ryan, Carrie, Creatively Insane, Nick, Tammy's, Clips, Dieselfield, Marie, Marla, Hollowboy, Christy Pro, Jordan, Funny Farm, Taylor, Holla and Jeffers YouTube. Whew, so many of y'all. We're going to get to a point where we're just going to be hollering out like 10, 15 and just keeping it pushing and just switch it up and just randomly pick 10, 15 people every video because we're definitely getting to a point where that's a lot to say in the beginning of every video. I'm going to acknowledge it. I know. Anyways, if you want to get a personal shout out in the videos, the lives, all that good jazz, go ahead and hit that join button down below. 3 different options, 3 different membership levels that you can pick from. So, you know, we make it super easy for you. If not, just hit the bell notification, that subscribe button, all that good jazz. Help us hit 100K because we on our way. We trying to hit that shit sometime today. All right, let's do this, man. We got active police cam with this serial police impersonator approaching cops and getting arrested in Miami. Let's go.
Thing is, when we came up on him, hold on. When we came up on him, we thought he was a police officer because he had a firearm on him, he had a duty belt, he had a thin blue line back jacket on him. His car is a police interceptor car. Like he has rumblers on it, he has red and blue lights, you name it. The whole 10 yards, you know. Even the antennas, you know, the police antennas. He even has that on his car, but no radio. So I don't know. But
you could give me the serial number and I'll see if that's in the system. But I ran to see if he has a permit and he doesn't have a permit.
Okay, he doesn't have a permit to be able to carry a firearm either. He doesn't have a permit.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Before body cam was rolling, officers on patrol were approached by a man dressed as a police officer asking if they needed help. When they asked if he was an officer, he replied he was...
You know how fucking senile you have to be to just walk up on some fucking police officers and be like, hey, you need some help? Like, wait, what? You a cop, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you not think that all these questions are going to be asked? Like,
security guard, but was unable to provide identification for his security guard license
security guard.
When asked.
Fuck out of here.
So you see when you guys turned on the red and blues, so those are basically the options that I have.
For all the lights for you and stuff.
That I pretty much, that's my car, and I pretty much forgot that I had it like that because it literally has different setups. Like I've done that on a private property and it has like different options for colors. This is an install I did, and I've also done police vehicles as well. So, you know, it's literally something that I have for, like, for example, if I go work on a car, like I've done for DV units out of county, out of headquarters, I can sit there and say, well, if you want extra lights, this is what I can offer you. And then the same lights that I use for security, I can demo it to you. And, you know, maybe you can profit from it, or me as a business, you know, future, you know, big business owner, whatever, you know, can probably profit from it too. That's all I wanted to say, because I know what it seems like, but I can promise you it's not that, because I'm done with that.
I'm done with that.
I'm done with that. I've been clean for 2 years, and trust me, Metro West wasn't for me, because it's not nice. Family hurts, I hurt. I don't want that. I really don't.
We don't want that either. It's probably not the best option for anybody right now. Like I said, I honestly haven't made any decisions.
I understand and I respect that fully, and whatever decision you do make, I always respected it. I always did, because, you know, I know what it seems like.
What the,
like you do good work.
I am so confused.
I know the other detective, when we were initially talking, she explained it to you a little bit. I wasn't around, but I'm assuming she did. Like
She did. She told me everything, what it seemed like and everything.
That would have said security or anything, it would have been like, okay, yeah, I understand. You know, yeah, you have the different options. Okay.
And that's why I want to wrap it. I want to wrap it for that same reason.
But you,
because I know it'll be less of a headache. Because you're going to have a wrap that says with emergency lighting on the side. I mean,
realistically, I don't know if she told you, but I mean, you don't need a gauge.
I haven't gotten a chance to that yet, to be honest. I bought the car with it, and I haven't gotten a chance to it. The rear partition, I got it, because it had actually room to the trunk as well, to divide the backseat from the trunk. I was able to get that one out, but that one I didn't get to.
In the future, I would do anything and everything to make the car not look like any of the police cars on the street.
Right.
I understand the lights, that's fine. You're going to do your light setup, that's straight, no problem. But even if that means like removing the push bar, changing the rims, it's the little things that will never
That's
have
how
this
I
happen.
actually had it recently with those.
Yeah.
Just because it blended in better and it didn't stand out so much as a cop car. So
Yeah.
I actually borrowed them from a car that I was working on.
That's probably
So,
a better idea.
you know, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, because all the changes you made, whether you're trying to make it a demo car and make it as realistic to a police car as possible, that plus the duty belt, plus what you're wearing, plus, you know.
Right, you look
all
like a
that.
fucking
I can
cop,
understand
bro.
that,
Like an
you know.
Sir, do your
undercover
hands in your pocket,
detective or
put your
some
hands behind
shit.
your back for me.
Sure.
Okay, I guess you made it a choice.
She
I'm gonna
can't
talk to you
even
now, I'm gonna explain your
swoop
rights.
right in,
You want this
like,
for a second?
put your hands behind your back, like, oh shit.
I'm gonna explain to you why you're being arrested. We'll talk about it in my car, okay?
Bruh, she threw the pink cuffs
Did you
on
guys
your
ask
ass,
him if he's been
nigga.
arrested before?
He said he had a criminal history. We didn't ask him specifically what it was. What is it?
I did state the time that I was driving.
Okay, so you didn't tell him the full truth, did you? No. That you've been arrested before for impersonating police
He
officers?
kind of mentioned that slightly when he says he's not trying to do that again.
Okay.
I was arrested when I was 16, 17 for impersonating.
Did you tell her you had
When I was a
13
juvenile.
felonies? Did you tell her you had 13 felonies?
Holy
I did state that I had multiple
shit.
felonies for driving.
So you're
Yes.
13 felony, nigga. Ain't there a 3 strikes you out rule? How the fuck do you have 13 felonies?
You were in
nigga?
possession of a
I
firearm when
started
we
clearing my
walked out.
stuff out, and I got my G license. Well, I applied for my G license.
You can't get a G license if you have 13 felonies.
Right.
When we got here and we were talking to you initially.
So I was told that if I cleared my stuff out, I'd
Who
be
told
able.
you? Because that's not correct.
Well, they had told me that it was non-violent, so I wouldn't have an issue being a security guard.
All right, hang on. Let's put him in the car.
All right, come on. Let's go in my car. We'll figure it out now. But for right now, as far as I'm concerned, you have 13 felonies. You're in possession of a firearm when we walked up to you.
Bruh, I am so
On
lost
the
in
other side,
flight.
there's
I
one.
just, boom, my brain exploded. 13 felonies, nigga? What?
We're gonna clear your car because we don't want to leave it there. All right.
Non-violent or not?
Guns or any other
How the
weapons?
fuck do you have 13 felonies and your ass ain't in prison right now?
There's no other firearm we're gonna find. There's no other knife, bulletproof vest.
So there is a vest in the car that I was using earlier today for the same event I was working,
Okay.
and it just says public safety officer on it.
Okay. Where is that one at?
I believe it might be in the back seat.
In the back seat.
Correct.
Okay.
And then,
Is there
I mean,
any?
he's
if I'm
super
not mistaken,
cooperative,
the
though.
same gentleman that you spoke to today, he was working with me at the other event, and he did a sell of a gun or something like that. And I think there's a firearm in a case, though,
In a case.
in the car.
Okay.
If not, it would be the empty case. One of them.
Sarmiento's with the car?
Yeah.
There's another gun in the car, and he says it's in a case. And it
I'm
might say
just, I
son of a
need
gun
to
on
know
it.
because we're gonna search the car. I don't
Bro.
want to miss anything and have that car.
He is an idiot.
If there's a vest,
Like, I don't have that.
this he says, and it says another gun.
Listen, we can't let that
It's in
car
a
go
case,
like
and it
that.
says son of a gun.
Especially because of the light. Okay. It has to get to. Okay.
But I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong with the lights, though. I even showed you my business card and I showed you the Instagram and everything.
Listen,
Like,
I totally understand. Listen, aside from that case with the gun and the vest, is there anything else in that car?
no, there isn't.
There's nothing else.
Shouldn't be nothing else. I promise you that. There's probably a knife on the passenger seat, but that's it.
Nice.
There's nothing else, but there's probably a knife on the passenger seat. Like,
No, let me
nigga, that's
ask you this.
something.
As far as tonight, you worked 2 events?
I worked from 9 a.m. yesterday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Reds Car Restoration. They're off of 75th Street and 27th Avenue. Down
Okay.
by Northside.
Uh-huh.
So they were hosting a raffle for 3 cars today, and I was working there since 9 a.m. I got off at 10 and then I came over here.
And you were
'cause I
working
needed
in what
the money.
capacity over there?
Same capacity
As what?
as a security officer. Same capacity.
Okay. And
Just again, my understanding was that I thought that I could because even someone had told me that my record was non-violent, so I wouldn't have an issue. I thought that I didn't know that just having a felony for whatever it was, it would screw me out. I thought they would classify like violent, non-violent, and give a chance, allow people to fix themselves. That's all I wanted. That's it.
let me ask you, the license that you applied for, the security license you applied for, was it for armed or unarmed?
For armed.
For armed. And you still haven't.
I haven't gotten it by mail, the actual hard one.
Okay. Have you gotten like an approval or disapproval or any?
I haven't gotten
any
no
issues,
letter yet.
nothing?
So
And
you
I've
just
had
decided
same
that
address
you
on
was
my
gonna
license
make that
for years,
decision
the
on
one
your
that I
own?
used.
Okay.
I was just hoping that that's something I'd be able to do because I couldn't be what I wanted to be. For obvious reasons, as you already know.
And just so we're on the same page, what was it that you wanted to be?
A cop.
A cop.
I was an explorer when I was little and I wanted to be a cop.
Where were you an explorer?
From Miami-Dade, out of Post 526 in Miami Lakes.
I was Miami Beach.
I was with Officer Lesmis over there, and then I was with Randy Russell and Officer Kimsey out of Northside. And then after that, when my license started getting messed up, it was downhill from there, so.
What was it that you were doing for speeding?
No, it was for stupid tickets, just I was young. I got my learner's permit suspended. I didn't even ever get to get a license till maybe about a year or 2 ago.
Oh shit, yeah, so you was just
So
an
I
idiot.
never did. And
Doing
then I
dumb
finally
shit for
said,
sure
you know
as a
what, I've
kid.
had it because I don't want to take this trip anymore. I didn't want to keep going to jail, losing whatever I worked for, the little bit I might have. I didn't want to lose it. So I said, all right, I can't be a cop. I started doing the installs, and that went well. Because I started, making money from it, obviously, because I started putting work into it. It was a little bit closer to what I wanted to be, but, knowing that I was safe. And then after that, the guy that you spoke to, he told me, hey, why don't you do security? And, like that, you'll be good. You'll make your money. You can do installs on the weekends. And I honestly thought I was good because I've never robbed anybody.
He seems
I've never
so
hurt
genuine
anybody.
too. Like
All I did ever was drive
I'm
and not listen to not
I'm like
drive. That was
on
it.
his side right now.
But
Like,
I
man,
am
buddy
wrong.
was trying to
Let me
get his
ask you,
shit
the
together.
lights that you
Damn.
have in the car, have you ever used them?
He made another
I have
dumb
used them.
choice.
I've used them in the past
Bacon.
on Okeechobee,
Okay.
over by Okie and past the turnpike. And the day that I actually used them, I made a video with a few cars there as well, and FHP was by there as well. So I went up to them and I asked them because we were gonna do videos with the cars racing with lights and siren. And they said, yeah, as long as I'm not trying to pull nobody over and there's no public traffic, that I was okay. And those are videos that I have on my Instagram, videos outside of my house, videos at my other job that I have on the weekdays. That is like a private parking lot. And when I get there sometimes in the morning, I want to make my video because networking is the only way that I see that I'll be able to make it.
All right. And let me ask you, today you're working as an armed security guard here.
Correct.
And who hired you?
American Protective Service Group.
Okay. But they hired the company and then you're just
No,
one of the
they
employees?
hired the company and I work for the company. Correct.
Okay.
You
And
mean if Red?
do you,
if
do you work here often?
I was working every weekend, but won't be able to do that now. So, but yes, I was working here every weekend.
How long have you been working there?
Maybe about the same amount of time, month and a half, 2 months.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe before that I would cover, but not armed.
Okay.
Because again, I never wanted to go back. I never did.
He seems so genuine. I
After
feel
my
bad
last
for
conviction,
Buddy.
I said I'm gonna do my time.
He just
and,
made another
fix
stupid
myself.
decision.
I will never lie to you. I don't
But
enjoy
even
it.
the cop is
I don't.
conflicted. Like, damn.
Much less
nigga.
as a gay man. I would never enjoy jail like that.
Okay.
So
Now let me ask you this. You said you've done like what? Been arrested before?
yeah, I've been arrested before for license. Every time as a habitual, I had to take the ride. It was
Okay.
the reality of it,
have you
and I
been-
would tell them.
Have you been arrested for anything else?
I've been arrested before also for impersonating and it got dropped. I never got convicted for it. And also when I was younger, I also got arrested for it once because I had some amber lights on my car. And that got dropped as well because I was a juvenile.
Okay.
but that was it. And last time it was because the officer pulled me over and he saw that I had the same thing, a vest and stuff. And I told him, listen, I was working. That was it.
How long ago was that arrest?
I want to say maybe about 3.5 years, 3 years, give or take.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. I don't know because I've been clean for a while.
Okay.
I have.
Damn.
And what you
Buddy
do
should
for
have
the
stuck
car,
with the installs and
like the
lights.
stuff
You
you
should have
have in
just
there.
stuck with the light
and you brought
installs,
the car
buddy.
like that?
So the car came with a partition. The car came with a spotlight, came with a push bar. The only stuff that I took off was lights that were on the push bar, like yours, that are red and blue. And I took those out and I added mine, which are the green and whites and amber in the push bar. The speakers and some antennas were on it. Others, I added it because it does give it a better look. That was the only reason why. And I won't even deny it from you. I did add some,
You
but it was
added
to give it a
them
better, yes, I
to-
did add about 2 of those, but it was to give it a better look.
To make it look more like a cop.
I guess you can say to make it look more professional.
Oh man.
Because again, as an explorer, I know better.
You should know better.
Right.
I know better. I know what that carries. When I got that set up, I got told by several officers. And they told me, you know what that is. And I said, yeah, but you guys, I've done work to the cars. You guys know. And they even told me that it was risky. Just, again, I wanted to be able to have that available.
I listen, I totally understand.
And not in that sense. In the
No.
sense, like, for example, you meet me and I so happen to come across you and I tell you I do installs and you tell me so happily that you want to add some lights. I wanted to be able to offer the option if I came to do the install and you wanted extra lights, be able to show it to you. Not on a video, but, actually physically. Look, this is the light, this is what it can do. But I didn't think it would get me this, honestly. If I would have known, I wouldn't have done it.
But you know that you can't have
Bruh.
red and blue lights.
My understanding from a cop was that I can have them as long as I didn't use them. And that's why I had set it up to the amber and white. And I had set up the red and blue for demonstration purposes only. Like maybe at a car show, to have some fun at a car show, that's about it. To be quite honest with you. That's honestly about it. If I would have
He
known,
is
I
so-
can show
bro,
you a
it's-
video of how my car was before. I
Oh
would have never
man.
changed it because it actually looked nice. I changed it to have that option because I started dealing with some cops in the install. So I wanted to be able to offer it. Not just show up to the security guard and be like, look at my lights, they're amber green. But also have the option to be like, hey officer, look, since you know I do installs, I have red and blue lights. I would like to show them to you. Maybe you like them and you might want to get some. That was honestly the only reason why.
Why'd you change the rims on the car?
It came with those.
It came with
I
those?
had changed them to the other ones, like the ones on that car recently because I was working on a white one like that and it had those hubcaps. And I had put those on my car temporarily because I didn't want it to stand out so much. Because with those center caps, it does stand out, but I initially got the car like that. I can show you a video of the day that I got it with my old car next to it, and it was just like that.
As far as you using the car, you only use it for when you are doing security?
Well, no, I use it also for when I do funeral escorts. Because I found out that you don't need a license for that, just a driver's license. I don't know if I'm right or wrong on that. That's what I was told. So I do use the amber white lights. I do use them for funeral services.
Okay.
Which I have it on my dash cam in the car as well that I can show you. That's about it.
You don't use the car for anything else? No personal use?
Just personal use. And I went from a Crown Vic to that because of the installs. It was more convenient for me to take the wires, my tools. If I need to take any lights that I might order and receive them for the, whoever, be able to load them up and not have the issue of the Crown Vic.
The back
That was
seat
it.
of the car it's caged in, right?
So when I got it, it had this one and the one that the SUVs have that go to the back. I was able to take that one off when I did the install of the lights, but I honestly never got to this one. And as you can see, you will notice it because the wires are literally on the side. Because I couldn't even find a way to tuck it in, and I just never got to take it off. that's about it. Along with the window bars, it also came with window bars.
How long have you had the car for?
Probably going on 2 years now.
And you
Give or
said
take.
the
Damn,
car.
and you haven't had no issues. I mean, you gotta
Under
give
you?
players some credit.
Do you have any car under you?
No, I do not.
Why is that?
Because also, within the havoc that I wreaked of my license, I also messed up my credit. So I haven't been able to take out a car into my name.
He has a rumbler in the front.
Huh?
He has a rumbler in the front.
As far as the rumbler system in the front, the
speakers?
sirens.
Yeah, I have that for horn.
Okay.
There's also other sounds in there as well, which I've used in the past, but mainly what I use it during escorts is the horn and the rumbler from when I'm going through an intersection, so it can be safer for me and for
You
the people
installed
driving. I'm sorry? Yes.
You installed it.
Yes.
It didn't come with it.
No. I get the rumblers. I deal with a light brand called Phoenix.
Okay.
So I get rumblers from them at a dealer price, and obviously I install it. And my car obviously has one as well, yes.
It's demonstration purposes. You just
As far
stick to this
as
demonstration
when
tactic,
you were showing
bro.
us the lights earlier.
Demonstrations. Everything's
You were showing
demonstrations.
us certain light bars, and then I asked you if I could see the light panel. You agreed.
Correct.
And
Because I honestly had forgotten. I don't know if you have my phone or not. I can show you on my Instagram the different ways that I can play with the lights. And I have videos of all the lights in white and amber and red and blue. Mixture of blue, white, red, white. Because you actually can play around with the colors. And I had forgotten that I had set it up like that.
when did you set it up like that?
I don't know, maybe about a month ago. It was a morning that I was at my job, at my full-time job. And I was making Instagram videos of the different colors. So I would just tap the color changer and I would do the white. I did a video of the amber, of the red, the blue, the red amber, red white, amber blue. You have different colors combinations with it.
And as far
I like
as
how
the
he was super
computer that
slick
you
not
have
to
in
say
the-
red and blue.
in the
That was
car,
slick. Oh, I
That
see you,
computer, I
player.
use it for a system called 911iNet, which is it's like for security and stuff, for public safety, I guess. And they basically offer support for us for when we're working, and they can dispatch EMS or you guys if needed. And I can log into a CAT system that they have on the computer, because sometimes since they're out of state, the signal and the radios go out. So we have an option, like when we're at a post, to notate stuff on there to let them know if we can communicate via radio.
And just verifying, you don't have a carrying concealed weapons
No, I do not.
license.
No, I do not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to jail for
You
that,
don't
but
have
hopefully all this other shit can get dropped.
physical security license on you,
Physical on me at the moment, no, I do not.
and you don't have an ID from the company that you
I
work
do have an ID from the company, but I do not. The same ID he showed you, the only thing that changes is the badge, because his is gold, obviously, and mine is just regular. It says officer, and that's it.
But you
I
don't
do
have it
have
on
that
you.
ID, but I do not have it on me. I don't, because I do have it with the other shit that we use sometimes for work.
And the only ID that you showed me today was the escort one, right?
Correct, yeah, it was the one that I gave you along with my driver's license.
And the badge you had on your belt with the
Executive
magazine,
escorts.
that was for the executive escorts, not for your security. It's not your security badge.
For this company, they haven't given me one yet.
Why?
Because I guess they have to pay for it, and I guess I haven't been on long enough for that, I guess. I don't know.
And you say you've worked there for 2 months?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that I didn't ask that you think is relevant?
Nope. I feel like this nigga told you his whole story. He poured his heart out. He poured his heart out.
Just, I honestly, last time I got arrested was about 4.5, 5 years ago.
Bro, you said it was
And
3 years ago.
I truly decided to want to change, find something, get out of trouble, stop
He
driving.
was doing so well. You should have just shut the fuck up.
I
You're going
even
to
had
jail
suck it
anyway,
up
so
and
you
ask
need
my
to just
parents for help
just
for
do
a
what
long
you gotta
time,
do.
just so I wouldn't
You're,
so I can
you're
have them
starting
help.
over once again, player. It's okay. You got
And
this.
I honestly didn't see this happening, because it was never my intention. Ever, even when I got my setup, it wasn't my intention at all. And I do apologize if you guys were disrespected any type of way, but it was never my intention to you guys. ever.
You
On
were
the
very
contrary,
respectful.
I,
Tonight you were
I
really
like to help
respectful.
you guys out. Like, when I've had an
Yeah, he
officer
was so
approach me
calm, bro.
about
Like,
lights or whatever,
I
I
believe
like
Buddy.
it.
Like,
I
he
enjoy it.
wasn't trying to do no harm.
But if I meant any type of
He
disrespect, guys
didn't
can
want
try
to
to.
arrest
No, you
nobody.
didn't. Let me ask you one last question. When you saw us approaching, you were inside your car, right?
Correct.
And then you stepped out.
I was inside my car because I was tired since I had to.
Listen, just breathe, okay?
Just parked because I honestly didn't see it was happening. Like, I didn't want it. I didn't see it. Like, at 32, like, I got my learner's license suspended, and when I got my license a few years ago, I was happy because I never had it.
No, listen, I could tell that you're trying to do the right thing, but you're still
Making
Going about it the wrong way.
stupid choices. Yeah, for
and
sure.
I think you know that you are doing it the wrong way, but you don't mean the ill intent, right?
I don't. I just, like I told you, when they told me that my charges were non-violent, because I did explain to them, I was like, look, I want to be a security, but I have this in my past, and they were like, well, if it's non-violent, it shouldn't be an issue. Because I told them, it's been driving, but I didn't think that I would be classified as someone else like that. I thought by it being non-violent.
Hello.
Listen, you gotta be very careful.
Right now she's
okay?
interviewing me.
All right.
Let me pass you the bar.
Just
Hold
give
on.
us a few minutes, and I'll come back and talk to you. Okay? Would you like to speak to your family?
I'm not gonna call them at this time and wake them up. I did that way too many times before. I'm not doing that at their age. I'm not.
Is there anybody you would like to call? A friend? Anybody? I'll let you think about it and I'll come and ask you, okay?
You have me.
Buddy is so distraught. He didn't even go hard.
This arrest happened only a few months ago, so the case is still going through the court system and has not yet been resolved. I have linked a news story in the description
Damn.
if you want to read more.
I hope that Buddy gets off. I ain't gonna lie. I hope, but this is one of those rare occasions where I'm like, he wasn't doing that. He was trying to turn his life around. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, it's just a wake up call that, even without ill intent, you could still make poor decisions that can affect your life in a really negative way. But, don't let it deter you. Just keep doing what you got to do. Keep moving forward. I think he just needs to stick to the installs. Fuck that security shit. Security be good money. You know what I mean? I do get it. I understand it's not a whole lot of work that necessarily goes into being a security guard. Especially when you're just doing like just regular security. Most situations, security jobs is pretty cush and easy. But yeah, stick to the installs, bro. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just stick to the installs and get you another vehicle. Even if you just got to pay for a little raggedy bucket to have as like just a regular daily, and that's to the grocery store, in back situation, whatever. And then you use that truck, or you'll probably get that taken away. So you'll have to get you another police vehicle. But then that, you keep it to the bare minimum, bruh, and use it for demonstration vehicles. Take it to events, to your funeral, escorting. The little things that you can do. Focus on that shit stuff. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that, player. Anyways, man, I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all let me know what you thought about that down in the comments below. Catch y'all later. Peace.